Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, dear viewers. Today we have a new episode of podcasts at Peaky Ads channel. And today we're going to talk about very interesting topic about unlocking the AI traffic goldmine. And who we going to have as a guest? We're going to have Sergejs Ponomarjovs, my vis-a-vis on many conferences, on many panels, and outstanding leader of our industry. So, no more words. Sergejs, could you introduce yourself a little bit to our audience?
Hey everyone, thank you very much for having me. It's very nice that we're starting the new year with a new podcast. I'm very excited. I've been in digital marketing for over 20 years, worked with the top leading organization of the world, been award winner for, I can't remember, 40 times, extremely excited about AI, a big believer in AI, and I'm here today to share what I discovered. I really like to share this golden opportunity for everyone who would like to catch the AI train now and start working with AI traffic.
Definitely. Let's dive deep into this topic. We're gonna talk not only about AI in general. I suppose our audience a little bit fed up with ordinary AI knowledge. So we're gonna go deep. We're gonna go into custom GPTs, in creating some of them, in discussing opportunities of those features. Also, in the end, we're gonna share our knowledge in part of how to optimize your websites for GPT, because search of GPT is growing and more people use GPT search instead of Google search or any other search engines. So it's crucial to optimize your websites to get you as a result, your topics, your articles, your YouTube links as a result in GPT searches. And in the very end, we're going to share also not only pluses we're going to share during this talk, but also cons. And we will share our insights and our thoughts about GPT, about power of GPT. So I would say we will share some concerns about it. So for you to keep it balanced, to understand that it's not the money button, it's kinda, but still there are some additional things to think about. So let's get it started. Sergey, could you start this discussion? What is the first topic?
All right. Thank you very much, Vasilii. Yes, you're absolutely right. We're not going to discuss today the general opportunities with AI. We're going to dive deep into the custom GPTs. For people who does not know what custom GPT is, in simple terms, it's AI app which can work in different environments. We're going to discuss today the Chat GPT, as it is one of the most popular environment, but custom GPT is an application which is tailored towards specific needs. Why Chat GPT? Chat GPT, as you already know, been one of the most popular AI applications in the world. It's growing every day. We have here numbers for the global reach. Me and Vasilii, we discussed yesterday that the statistics are maybe a little bit boosted because some statistic websites, they are claiming that ChatGPT users, active users, already over 3 billion people per month. Some sources showing 3, 4, 500 million users per week. So we know for sure, based on statistical data, that it's over 200 million users per week, and we can base our discussion on that. It's very interesting.
I don't believe in 3 billion users, to be honest. It's gonna be the biggest app in the history. It's big one, but not 3 billion users. That's unbelievable. Probably they mess a little bit statistic about it, but 200 millions, I can believe it. And also, to add something on the top on statistic you shared on the screen, we as GPT users, as GPT entrepreneurs who gonna launch their custom GPTs, what we talk about later, we need to understand what are the main regions for GPT services. For sure, it spreads all around the world. But the biggest part, for example, in North America, about 35% users of GPT are in North America, about 30% of them in Asia Pacific, and about 20% in Europe, especially with the focus on Germany and the UK. So if you think about using these custom GPTs, this gonna be the biggest markets for you. For sure, you can try others, but keep in mind that the main audience are still in those regions. So, Sergey, sorry for interrupting you. Just
no,
to
all good. Thank you
on
very
the
much
top.
for this useful stuff.
Please proceed.
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you that it's at the moment the English speaking audience is dominating. But with the 12 days of Christmas and a lot of amazing announcements from the OpenAI, the audience is changing and they're taking over non-English speaking markets as we speak. Currently, the biggest product which is helping with that is Sora, Sora AI, which is getting big tractions in non-English speaking markets. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So, me as coming from traditional digital marketing, where Google been dominating the space for years and years, it's very nice to see that we have the search engine shift now, and it's very nice that we are seeing the competition now, because for years and years we've been talking about Google. And we can say that the Google was stagnating, and now, thanks to AI, the Google started to introduce a lot of revolutionary new things. And now we can see that people starting not only using Google, but they're starting to use Bing thanks to OpenAI collaboration. And a lot of people started to use a new way to search, and they started to use Chat GPT or alternative AI tools to search for the information. And the reason behind it, because first of all, you don't have to learn old way of Google, like search operators. You don't have to know programming to find really good results. You can just talk to AI. You can say, I want to find this, or I need this, or I have this much money or budget. So we can see that commercially active markets are changing towards ChatGPT. For example, UK, for the moment, we'll be creating our presentation where we're claiming 10%. And I checked the data today, and we can see it's already over 14%. Of course, there is big lie, and statistics. So we can assume that AI is not going to be a buzzword. It's not going to be for geeks. And we can assume that users will change their behavior more and more towards conversational searches, and they're going to use AI tools like ChatGPT or Claude or others, Perplexity, to search. So it's important for us to understand that the market is changing, and we need to change and adjust now.
Yes, exactly. And what I can put here on the top of this section is to share something on behalf of McKinsey agency. Probably you've heard something about this company. So what they shared in part of conversational queries, they have such statistic that about 62% of users uses conversational queries right now instead of just several keywords as it was before. And we should understand that GPT, Chat GPT, or any other GPT is based on conversational queries. So that's important. That's the changing of behavior, as you mentioned. And what we see on the iGaming market, for example, yes, we are specialists from this market also. We see that some biggest brands already integrated these AI technologies in providing slot machines, in providing recommendations, or in just simple support or FAQ sections of the websites. And we already see the results of such integrations. For example, it increases interaction by 20-25% on the website. And for example, such a gaming operator as Betway, they reduced bounce rate by 15% with using this AI features like FAQ and so on. So yeah, it's crucial. Behavior is changing, everything is changing. It's time to implement everything. So let's go further and talk about GPTs.
All right. So the opportunities are here. It's very early train for the custom GPTs. There are not many organizations in the world which are capturing the traffic now, and comparing to oversaturated Google search, it is golden opportunity, and it's really time to act now. So why it's an opportunity? So we mentioned that me and you, we believe that there are over 200 plus weekly users, right? And those weekly users, they are coming with a different type of search queries. And we know by statistics that over 30% of those search queries are transactional. So people are coming to the GPT with the custom needs, and they're ready to buy, they're ready to purchase the service. So second, custom GPTs, it's not a generic, it's not something where you have to spend a lot of time. They cover specific needs. It means that if the user already using the custom GPT, most likely their interests already aligned. So the user will launch the custom GPT to satisfy the specific needs. So first of all, the interest is aligned. Second, because if custom GPT is planned with the user's search queries in mind, it means that custom GPT most likely will be able to satisfy 95% of the search queries of the user. Of course, we might have somebody with the amazing fantasy who might invent something, but custom GPTs, they are trainable, and it means if we will not be able to satisfy 100% of the user search queries at the beginning, we can adjust and we can train the model to satisfy those search queries in the future. Personalized approach, amazing opportunity to convert, and of course, trainable experience.
Yes, awesome. And what we see here, it's not just talk because we want to talk about something new on the market. The prediction for this market for custom GPTs is about 8.5 billions in 2025 in this year. So it's gonna be huge, and we see a lot of custom GPTs not only in iGaming but in healthcare, in education, in marketing. Targeting campaigns, learning models for education, some medical data, and some conclusions based on patient queries in the medical industry. So it's used everywhere. This market is growing, and for sure you should use it for iGaming. And if you're not from iGaming, we have watchers and audience not only from iGaming. So be sure you can use it for your products also. So, and before we dive deep into Chat GPT's customs, how we can use it, I would like to make a little announcement, a little ad, if you don't mind, about agency, which I am CEO of this agency. It's Peaky Ads. We provide SEO services, PR services, and media buying services all across the world, not only for iGaming, but also for education, commerce, crypto, finance, whatever you run. And for all the viewers of this podcast, we're going to have a little discount of 15% for your first order. So scan the QR code you see on the screen, fill in the brief, and we will be in touch with you. And one more thing we can also mention here is services provided from Sergejs. Sergejs, could you announce your ad also?
Yes, sure. So I'm representing the full service digital marketing agency, SPR, and we provide traditional digital marketing services, SEO, PPC, social media, and our current focus is on new technologies. So we're helping our clients to unlock AI opportunities and to maximize ROI. Thank you.
Nice. So it's for you, my dear viewers, to choose me or Sergey or both of us. The best idea is to choose both of us, I'm sure about it, because we have such a big expertise in this field. So let's come back to our discussion. What's going to be the next topic, Sergey? Could you share?
Yep, amazing. So let's see. All right. So some of us do not believe in this massive marketing buzz around the Chat GPT. Some of us prefer to trust hard data. And let's look into the hard SEO data for the Chat GPT and see what kind of opportunities are lying within the website itself. So all we did, we looked into the SEO metrics of the Chat GPT website itself, and we can see probably one of the most powerful websites in the world if we're talking about the websites which launched only a few years ago. So domain rating is 91 out of 100. The traffic value over 10 millions. Referring domains 150, ranking keywords 155,000. And what is interesting with those fashion metrics, we can see that there are only 5,000 plus custom GPTs. So the opportunity is here. The website is extremely powerful, and we only believe that it's going to grow.
Nice. Nothing to add here. Just we need to use it on a daily basis. Yeah.
All right, so some people will say, okay, give me an example of custom GPTs. The custom GPTs can solve almost anything, and they're growing every day. Here we're providing a few examples. Website generator, rating 4, over 1 million conversations. It means that the active sessions with the users. Right, for me, a journalist probably having a heart attack looking at these custom GPTs. Really powerful, 4.3 stars, #1 in writing, 9 million conversation at the moment. So 9 million people or users currently are writing something with the custom GPT right for me. SEO,
nice, Sergejs. I'm sorry. Just one thing to add to the previous slide about right for me GPTs. You should keep in mind you cannot publish just a text written with GPT on your website because Google will not like it. Be sure you use it for your plot, for your plan of the article. For sure you can use it, but still, Google prefers human written content. This is the first point. The second point, you should add some expertise, unique expertise to this article, and it should be written by a real author, and you should have a link to this author on LinkedIn or whatever, so Google can check it and make approval. So it's not a money button, as I mentioned in the very beginning, but still it's very helpful. You see it's based on statistic. Sergejs, let's proceed to the next point.
Vasilii, thank you very much for this extremely important point. You're absolutely right. The user should not just create the content and publish it on the internet. But I think this point is raising an opportunity for us to have a discussion on the AI copywriting in the future. Because on one hand, we as a society, we're going to have a lot of AI-generated content. On one hand, we have academics who are fighting against AI-generated content. And we as the professionals, we know how to use it, we know how to write it, and we do have some thoughts on the AI copywriting for the future. So let's maybe have another discussion, useful discussion for our users, how to use AI copywriting, not to get flagged by Google and not to get flagged by academics or not to get in any kind of troubles.
Exactly. You are invited for the next podcast about this interesting topic. So let's proceed with the current one.
Okay. So we showed examples of the generic general apps, custom GPTs, which users are using. And now we are sharing a couple of professional ones. So a lot of you who are in SEO, you know the Yoast. The Yoast already been on the forefront, and you can see the custom GPT is there. And they are gaining traction, so over 100,000 active conversations, and they are winning new clients using the new technology. This is perfect example how the relatively small organization already winning the competition because it's almost none there. All right, Rank Math for professionals as well, direct competitor of the Yoast, and you can see the 100,000 active conversations as well. So those guys, they smart, they are implementing the new technology at the early stages, and they are beating other much bigger competitors at the moment.
Nice. And to add several more examples of GPTs, which are quite popular on the market, if you are not familiar with any of them, we can talk about Cookie AI, which is chatbots for e-commerce, and it's increasing conversion rate up to 18% after last researches. Also, Jasper AI, it's another GPT for content writing, and it's also widely used, and it increases by 20% the production speed of the content. Also, Codex GPT, it's used as a GitHub Copilot, so it reduces coding time by 40%. Be sure you check the results, be sure you check the quality of the results you get with those GPTs. But generally speaking, it helps a lot. And I think we also can talk about applications in gaming, Sergejs. I guess you have some examples of it also.
Yes, so the Examples Custom GPTs started working on them a few years ago, and we started with the Compliance AI, which is an internal custom GPTs, which is used for a large organization, for a large gambling client, where previously they spent days and weeks sorting out compliance issues and requests in different markets. They work in more than 30 different markets. Now they're using the custom GPT, assisting the compliance team to sort out the compliance issues with the light speed. They're extremely satisfied. The custom GPT is not public, it's used internally. And they are planning to implement the custom GPTs for other departments as well, not only compliance.
Nice. We will talk about more examples later. So let's go into next slide, into next topic.
All right. So we can see here just some SEO metrics for the custom GPTs, and it's give us, this is where we unlock the opportunity that custom GPTs, they act as your web property, they act as your website, and they can generate the traffic themselves, and they can rank well. So here we have an example of the Math Solver custom GPT app, which you can see ranking for various words and generating the traffic itself. This is where our opportunity is.
Yes, exactly, and it also helps to analyze like GPTs from Ahrefs or Semrush. They helps you to analyze backlinks. They helps you to analyze the traffic and user behavior and point out what you need to improve in your website. Or other machine learning / GPTs like Contadu can help you to analyze the content and to improve the quality of it. So yeah, it's very useful in part of SEO also. So what is the next topic?
Excellent. Now, this is probably one of the most important slides where the audience is going to watch us, how to use custom GPTs for casino gambling traffic. So we have just a few steps, and it's not a very complicated process. First, we need to develop the GPT. The GPT needs to solve specific needs of the casino gambling betting websites. Then we need to run that custom GPT internally. It means that the GPT itself needs to raise in the Chat GPT algorithm and to get the positions. What is excellent, because there are not many competitors in those 5,000 plus custom GPTs in gambling, while the niche is not restricted and forbidden, there is opportunities to claim specific keywords and specific needs of the users right now. Third step, once the custom GPT is ranking internally, it is a massive opportunity for the Custom GPT to start ranking as a part of the Chat GPT website externally in the different search engines. Of course, Bing will favor the content from the Chat GPT at the moment, but Google is also ranking really well Custom GPTs. Fourth one, it is possible to implement direct links to your website. Currently, the casino is not restricted into the developer's buyer, and you can add not only your website, you can add your social media, including X and LinkedIn, to capture even more traffic from the app. If the organization is developing multiple custom GPTs, it is possible to utilize the traffic from highly popular, let's say, entertaining custom GPTs to deliver traffic to the more niche transactional custom GPTs. So once you get one to the top, you can continue using this opportunity and share the traffic between others.
Okay, and in part of backlinks, you mentioned on step 3 how to rank your GPT in search. Is it the same approach as we use for SEO websites? You just need to buy some good outreach, so some crowd marketing, crowd links, and so on. Or are there any other additional methods how to become number one or on the top positions of GPTs?
Amazing question, Vasilii. Thank you very much for raising our attention to that. The approach is slightly different. We can say the approach is like 10 years ago. The reason is because the GPTs and ChatGPT is a buzzword now, and all media is happy to write about it. You can do just the traditional 10 years ago type of outreach to the organizations, and they will be happy to write about your custom GPT, so you don't even have to have the marketing budget for that. And the reason is because of the huge interest of the media and audience about the Chat GPT and AI. Of course, it will change. Of course, you will have to find much smarter solutions, but at the moment, digital PR, digital outreach, traditional HARO can help you with that.
Yeah, and one more question to put on the top of the previous one. For example, when you create a website, you need to create a website, fill it with the content, give it some time, I would say, or in my practice, I usually give it 2 or 3 months at least with filling with the content. And only after that, I start buying links or articles or traditional PR, which you mentioned. What about GPTs? Is it the same, or you can start buying links right after you launch this GPT?
I like your questions more and more because of the power of Chat GPT. You don't have to wait. And some custom GPTs were managed to rank internally just a few days after the launch. And the good stuff is you don't have to buy links. You will acquire them naturally, which is 100% following the Google link scheme policy. And you don't have to wait. So develop custom GPT and make sure it's working perfectly. Start after the test and confirming with users that it's already working fine. Start outreaching to journalists and bloggers about your GPT and start building links straight away, immediately.
Amazing. And am I right, just to finalize all this path? Am I right? You can include your affiliate links, referral links into this customized GPT to get traffic, to get new players in part of gaming or more sales in part of e-commerce or whatever niche you work with. It is allowed and not prohibited. Am I right?
You're absolutely correct. This is the platinum opportunity that your custom GPTs can include as many affiliate links or product links you want to include. Of course, we cannot guarantee that this will be not restricted and you will have to find workaround. At the moment, you can include affiliate links and start making money from your custom GPT straight away.
Amazing. That's why we gathered all together today. So be sure, dear viewers, you're gonna at least test these opportunities in the nearest time, or me and Sergey will take all the market, all the custom GPTs for us and get traffic for free at this stage. So, okay, Sergejs, I see 4 steps. Do we need to make any other steps to have a good launch and leverage our traffic in GPT's opportunities?
We do have 3 more steps, but we already discussed them, but I'll quickly summarize them. So it is important to share your product or your affiliate links into the replies. It means that your custom model needs to be trained and to have the database of links or algorithmic or logic, what kind of links to include when. Try traffic and monetize, and of course, you need to update the links to make sure that the information you're providing is actual. The process is only 7 steps. It's not difficult, but I'm sure our audience will have the questions, and I'm sure they can come with those questions to you, so we can assist them with the custom GPTs, so they can save time on experimenting. The experiments which we did with multiple custom GPTs.
Nice. So, correct. If you have any questions which we are not covering during this podcast, feel free to ask them in the comments. Me and Sergejs will join and answer you, or just fill in the brief, or make sure you have a contact of Sergejs. It's gonna be down below in the description, as well as a link to this presentation, so you can download and get all the contacts and useful information. And I have also here a question. Am I right that you, as an agency, also creates GPTs for your clients? You can do this process also.
Yeah.
Super. Could you tell more about your apps, more examples, maybe in iGaming? What do you create, how it works, and what are the results?
All right. So a lot of the custom GPTs which we are creating for the clients, they are internal and they are used for the customers of our clients. But I have a couple examples of the GPTs which are currently open. For example, in the gaming world, Martingale strategy. This is fresh custom GPTs, just to illustrate for the clients how the informative custom GPT can work. We worked on the Blackjack. We worked on the poker custom GPT. Currently, we are finalizing the poker AI assistant, the custom GPT, which will help user with the useful tips and practices. I'm sure this custom GPT will be banned by many poker rooms in the future.
Yeah, probably. By the way, we already discussed this part of backlinks or link building for this Chat GPTs, custom GPTs. And are there any other metrics we should work on? For example, like on YouTube, we should work on comments and likes to make some interactive with our viewers. What about GPTs? Is it important to have some amount of openings of launching this GPT, or to have some comments or whatever there are? Not only links, I mean, what working else?
Okay, so custom GPTs at the moment, because the competition is quite low, the requirements from Chat GPT, they are pretty simple. So the descriptive description of the custom GPTs, which include the specific search queries, like all days, we can say it like keywords from the past. Second, the number of active conversations. This is one of the most important factor, and rating from the users. Currently, the ChatGPT does not provide, of course, it's a proprietary algorithm. They do not provide the specific metrics. They need to rank your custom GPT better, but we know it's for sure. Links, number of conversations, the keywords in the description, and the users' reviews.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anything by chance? If we talk about number of conversations, I think we all know about fraud or incentive traffic or traffic like that. Maybe by chance you tested it or read some researches about it. Does it work, or there is a technology recognizing if traffic is incentive or real behind these GPTs?
I love this question, and as a white hat and a white hat agency, we do not work with the practice which can get our custom GPTs banned or our clients in the ban list, but we actively reading the conversations from the gray experts, which currently confirm that the Chat GPT is not implementing very difficult system to alert the algorithm that there are artificial conversations. So if any of your clients are going for the educational purposes to test this approach, it would be very good to read the results of their tests.
Yeah, but also I think, dear viewers, you should keep in mind that it's not very good regulated, as Sergejs mentioned, on the current stage, but I'm sure they're gonna improve it. So keep in mind that using of these gray hat technologies, you can lead your custom GPT to ban, maybe not right now, but in future. So think about risks, think about business and clients you work for and provide GPTs. So it's better to go slower, but long time in some cases. So yeah, fine, fine. Do you have any other examples which you can share?
I think we're good. This is just an example. What kind of links you can include? I mentioned it earlier that the Chat GPT for the developer profile, which you currently can see, they allow to include the direct link to your website and to your social medias. This is the opportunity for the clients who are going to develop several apps. There are no restrictions how many links you can have for the multiple developer profiles. In the reality, you can have 100 links from the Chat GPT at the moment.
Nice. And one more thing to add about this slide, you have added your LinkedIn link, which also a good idea, and it works not only with GPTs but also with classic SEO nowadays. Building trusted links to your social media, not only LinkedIn, it can be even Instagram or Facebook or Telegram, whatever you use and whatever is ranked with Google search engine machine. You can use it, and it will help you to increase the amount of your crowd links for sure, but also it will help you to increase trust. It's because of coming back to EAT algorithm, which Google has a strong focus nowadays on. Okay, and to finalize this research, this podcast, we're gonna talk a little bit, as we promised in the very beginning, about some technologies which can help you with website optimization for GPT, for Chat GPT, because for sure some of you already noticed that from time to time, or I would say on a regular basis, ChatGPT analyzes the internet, analyzes the websites, and it's very important as we see the growing of using GPT, ChatGPT, using Gemini, for example, on the US market, and provide not only a list of links, but search engine generated content based on the results of your website and so on. It's very important to make optimizations to your website. And here you see on the screen a little list of what you can do. And I would like to mention several of them. For sure, it's all about classic, I would say, classic SEO tools. So using schema.org, to have a good markup, to highlight your content for AI models, because all of them using this tool, and and also optimize it for rich snippets. And there is a statistic behind it that by 10% it's higher that inclusion of good snippets, inclusion of schema org, your website will be used by AI tools, AI engines, and you will be included. And it's not only about website, it's also about YouTube channel. So be sure you put good text, good description into this. And then your YouTube products like videos, interviews, whatever, your websites will be ranked in a good way. Also, what you can do else, you can train GPT in general or some custom GPTs by feeding it with your websites. What means put their prompts like analyze this website, analyze this article, analyze the structure, and do it on a regular basis. And that will allow Chat GPT or any other GPT to better understand your website. And in future queries from other users, it will use this data and provide the user with the results of your website. So what else? You can use OpenAI API and share a database of your website directly with ChatGPT to help it to learn on your website. So these are the main technologies, and we already using it, and we know how to use it, and be sure it works. So start from classic, go into GPT training, and you will get your company as a recommendation. For example, if you Google what is the best network, ad network, or what is the best SEO agency, you can be there. Just make this homework on your website. Sergej, do you have anything to add on this topic?
Thank you very much for covering the majority of the approaches. I think you covered the majority of them. The only one thing I can add that you need to try and test what will work for you specifically. Some of the websites, they are already managing to be in the recommendations in the ChatGPT with much less effort than Vasilii mentioned. So test and experiment.
Exactly. That's always about SEO, about GPT. You should do a lot of tests and figure out the best way for you, for your business. So to summarize this discussion, be sure you are using, or at least you check and test Custom GPT. I'm sure it can be used for almost any kind of business, and it's already widely used by all the users. This market is growing. Just to remind you, about 9 billions in the current year, it's gonna be $9 billion. So quite a big market and a big opportunity for you, not only as a business runner, but maybe marketing agency or simple user or even blogger, whoever you are. So be sure you work closely with new technologies like AI. Very helpful. For sure, there are algorithms who ban it or not. I remember one thing, Sergejs, we promised our audience to put some cons on the topic of this conversation. Yeah, so feel free to add your cons and talk why we shouldn't use or be a little bit skeptical about AI tools. I think it's going to be also a good conclusion to our discussion.
Thank you, Vasilii. Even being a massive believer in AI and early adopter, there are a lot of things which people need to consider. First of all, the AI is not an expert in your area or your niche, so you need to be very careful with what information you're placing on your websites, on your properties, because it could be just the generic bluff which AI gathered from somewhere. Second, we all know that ChatGPT launched the new pricing model, which is staggering $200. And subjectively, we noticed in our agency that previous custom GPTs, which are using old model, which is $25, let's say they started to perform slightly worse. So when we're comparing the mathematical tasks and requests we did with the Custom GPT-4, previously they solved it okay. Once the new model been launched, we see that there are a lot of errors. We can say that the 4.0 started to be faster, but the results are definitely not as strong as they've been before. And another element which we noticed, the Chat GPT is introducing a lot of elements which are adjusting the results, and previously it was possible to get that information, but now you will say that it's against terms and conditions. So we think that sometimes it's a little bit too much. This is the concerns we have at the moment.
Yes, I can totally, I would say, confirm what you are saying, and I see it in my agency, also in my queries. When I do the same tasks, the same prompts to ChatGPT, just about, for example, tell me about this casino, tell me about this university, tell me about this online course or whatever, and prompts are the same, so I expect to get the same results. Let's say 10 of them, 10 queries like that, gonna be fine. But on the 11th, for some reason, with the same prompts, I get a different result, and which is not good. This is the first point. The second point, I would say the previous model became maybe faster, as you mentioned, but I would say also it became, because of that, more lazy. Because sometimes I get half of result. It just for some reason stop in the middle of typing, and that's it. So I need to ask him, please complete your answer and provide the whole information. So yeah, that happens. So be attentive to the tools. Keep in mind it's a great tool, a great technology, but there is business behind it. So for sure people need to make money. Everybody understand it. So keep it in mind. Okay, Sergejs, I would like to say thank you for joining us on this podcast. The presentation, dear viewers, is going to be down below in the description. There you will find my contacts of Sergejs. If we didn't cover anything, feel free to ask in the comments. We will cover it and answer. So thanks for watching, Sergejs. Thanks for coming. Looking forward to our next discussion about AI-generated content, how to use it, and pros and cons. We already announced it, I believe. So let's do it. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye-bye.